Great afternoon, great Tuesday afternoon, everybody. My name is Martin Tavonga Majoni. I am the author and the founder of an educational platform called the Metamorphosis Hub. And I think that it's a very fitting subject or a very fitting topic because we are in the middle of a huge transformation that is happening, or a huge metamorphosizing that is happening already. And today I want to talk about something that inspires me. I want to talk about something that I have been on a mission to try and inform or sort of share with you guys what is it that is sort of pushing me. I'm actually on a mission to try and let people understand the era or the age that we are living in. And so today I want to talk about what I can call infrastructure invasion. All right? Infrastructure invasion is what I'm going to talk about. What is infrastructure? What is it that I'm going to talk about if I'm talking about infrastructure invasion? I have looked back into the history and found some interesting concepts or some interesting happenings that has been taking place in the past, and that when a new innovation or a new technology that is very disruptive or disruptive is introduced, there is a lot of things that people say and talk about because every time when a new infrastructure or a new thing is being introduced, the first time that it comes into, it has got to ride on top of the infrastructure that is old, or on top of the infrastructure that it is disrupting. Okay, I'll give an example. Automobiles, when automobiles were introduced, the infrastructure there was for the horses, because remember it was horses that were used to draw the cars and everything else. So the infrastructure there was no infrastructure for automobiles. There was no gasoline, there was no tarred roads, there was nothing. So the infrastructure that the automobiles came to disrupt is the one that the automobiles has got to ride on. And remember, because there was no tarred roads, there was no infrastructure for the automobiles, when they're trying to travel on horse roads, they would meet a lot of challenges where they would break down there because the infrastructure is bad. But people who are used to the horse era and are seeing this happening to the automobiles, they'll say, no, this thing does not work. The automobiles cannot even ever work. Look, they are breaking down. But once the infrastructure for the automobiles has been built, then even the horse can travel easily on there. Where am I going with this? I want to let everybody know that when a new disruptive innovation is coming through, it has got to ride on the old infrastructure first, and the challenges and the difficulties of that old infrastructure until people have built enough infrastructure for it, then it will take over. It will take over. And even when the electricity was introduced, when the electric bulb was introduced, the infrastructure there was for gas. And the infrastructure for gas could not sustain the infrastructure for electricity. And people would ask a question, why would you want to use electricity when we have got gas? Because gas was heating, gas would have lights, gas would have everything else. Until the electrical infrastructure was built. And then they realized that it can actually work better with electricity than with gas. Now, the reason why I'm talking about these things is I'm talking about something that is huge infrastructure disruptive that I'm talking about right now. Even when the internet came through, people did not think that the internet is going to be the independence that we're having, rather the democracy of sending information. Right? The internet was very disruptive to central entities like post office and all these other things. But once the infrastructure was built for the internet, then everything could now fit into the internet infrastructure. And the reason why I'm talking about this now, I want to come to the biggest of the disruptive infrastructure that we've ever seen in the 21st century, which is Bitcoin. Right? The old infrastructure of the central banking and all these other things that is happening right now, where you have got to dance to the tune of the bankers and send information away. Bitcoin is a new infrastructure or a new innovation that is coming in now. And we are trying to squeeze it into central banking and Visa and all these other things and say, look, it cannot do 1,000 transactions like what Visa is doing. Look, you cannot actually even buy anything with Bitcoin. But my thinking and my foreseeing of these things is that the Bitcoin infrastructure is still new. So when we are trying to squeeze it into the old central banking system, all these challenges that we are seeing about right now, we look like Bitcoin is not going to work. But like what happened to automobiles, horses were taken over. Like what happened to the electric bulbs, gas was taken over. Like what happened to the internet, they said the internet was for the pornographies and for the drug dealers and for the terrorists and everything else. And they're doing that to the same thing. And every now and then, the new infrastructure, when it has been built, it has always been winning. I want to tell you guys, this is the actual time for you to metamorphosize, to transform your mind, to transform yourself from the industrial age and the central banking system, the pyramid scheme, I call it the pyramid scheme, that has hoarded itself on top of gold as money, and build a pyramid scheme to enrich the central bankers, the reserve banks, and the corporate people that they bail out all the time, and come to the freedom of the internet, where you just download the software and the monetary policy on the blockchain, transparent, unforgeable, global. This is it. You need to metamorphosize yourself and come to the understanding that Bitcoin is nowhere to go. Bitcoin is here to stay. And all those people that are facing the challenges with their governments, with their countries, with their people, that are not allowing them to have basic universal finance, I am challenging you, all of you guys, to come and test this, because this is where the freedom is. I love you guys. I am a Bitcoin enthusiast, and I'll never stop until all of us are come to the independence. Thank you very much.